The magic of symbols comes back to three simple shapes. And the shapes are the triangle, the square, and the circle. And how do you make these shapes? Well, the circle you make with a compass. The square, you use a squared straight edge or ruler. And to create the triangle, you use both the squared straight edge and the compass. The compass and the squared straight edge is the symbology for the Freemasons. What's interesting about these three shapes is they can take on 4 different multipliers that totally change their meaning. And these three shapes literally are the building blocks for every single symbol and logo and icon out there. If we add the multipliers, we have numerology. We assign numbers to these shapes. The triangle has 3 sides. The square has 4 sides. The circle has 1 side. And we add this up and it equals 8. A second multiplier is adding color theory. We assign red to the triangle, green to the square, and blue to the circle. We have RGB, red, green, blue. And when we combine these 3 light colors together, it creates a bright white light. If we were to use these 3 colors as pigments or printed colors, we get a rich black, is what we call it in the design world. This is representational of as above, so below. You have the brightness of the sky, and then you have the richness of the soil beneath. You see the symbolism in the infinity and the unity of the yin and yang symbol. Add elements to these 3 shapes and 3 colors. The red triangle becomes the element of fire. The green square becomes the element of earth. The blue circle becomes the element of water. And these are alchemical symbols, because if you put together the prima materia, the earth, and the sacred water, and you boil it and burn it down with the fire, what you're left with is this philosopher's stone, or the mana, which is the white light stone. Then we take it one step further and we add dimensionality to these 3 shapes. And so the red fire triangle becomes the pyramid. Well, we know in ancient Greek, pyramidium means the fire in the middle. The green earth square becomes the cube. And the cube is representational of the earth. It has 6 sides. It's dimensional. It can be measured as through cubits or through the ruler. And you would also rule the land of the earth. And the 6 sides represent the 6 continents of the planet. So these are the 6 surfaces of the cube. For the blue water symbol of the circle, you have the sphere, which becomes a globe. And how do you navigate the globe? With a compass. And so you're back to this ruler and this compass aspect. Zoroaster himself said that the greatest symbol of the human is to stack these 3 magical shapes together to create the symbol of the human. If you take that symbology that he's talking about and you apply all of these multipliers, the head becomes the water element, the upper torso becomes the fire element, and the lower torso becomes the earth element. And so we ingest water through our mouths, we have our salivary glands, we have our tear ducts, a lot of our sweat starts in our forebrow, and we have the sacred water of the pineal gland. The upper torso becomes the pyramid. The fire is in the middle. It's our heart. Then in the sacred womb space, the generator for the next generation of life. The lower torso, this is representation of earth. We are grounded to the earth. We refertilize the earth. And for men, our sacred seed comes from this lower element of earth, and it fertilizes the egg in the womb, which creates the spark or the fire of life in the generator of the womb. And so all of these symbols together create symbolism, and it can then be applied to corporate logos or esoteric knowledge as well, moving it into different directions. And so coming full circle back around to corporate logos, the older corporate logos utilize these symbols with esoteric meaning for those who are looking to see them. A lot of these companies have Masonic ties, and you will always see star symbolism within their logos. The dog star of Sirius FM, the dog with the star eye, or even OnStar, which is an interesting, company, because On was the name for the city of Heliopolis, which represented the sun or the bright sun. In Masonic tradition, the bright sun is always considered Sirius, and it's the sun that they revere within their symbolism as well. And so logos that have a bright star or a bright sun singularity within the logo, this is a company that if you're a Mason, you can do safe business with. And I was talking about Harry Potter earlier. And you look at the druids and the magicians, and what were they making their wands out of? They were making out of the wood of holly, or the holly tree. And when they would cast a spell, like the Patronus spell in Harry Potter, it would create a bright silver light that would bedazzle people. Well, symbolically today, we look to Hollywood, the wood of the holly, to dazzle or bedazzle us with the light across the silver screen. And so there's all these symbols, all around us every day.